Boy Dom's Reacts back with another video. Today reacting to penguins. SNEAKO is horrible. Please show a like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Roll to 300 subscribers. Let's get right into the video. Today we're gonna be discussing, reacting to why SNEAKO is horrible. As we all know, Moist Critical, aka Penguins, aka Charlie, and SNEAKO has this big beef going on. And I thought this would have been a one-time thing and the beef would have ended at the last video we seen. But apparently, in this video, SNEAKO gets obliterated. So I wanted to react to it. I did see a couple clips like on surface on Twitter. Y'all know the part where SNEAKO was flexing a gun. I guess threatening Moist Critical. And you know, SNEAKO's on his Ja Morant thug boy. You know? But let's get right into it.
Hey SNEAKO, does this outfit look familiar? This is the same thing I wore last time I took you over my knee and spanked your bottom with some discipline. And I'm happy to report that these are back in stock and a lot more at moistglobal.com. Last time I talked about you, I used you for a merchandise push as well, so might as well stick with tradition. I bet just seeing me in this attire again has just sent you on a full-blown Winter Soldier episode with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull as you're experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, because the first video I made on you offended you to such a high degree that you have not stopped whining since. It's already been 3 months, can you believe that? How time flies.
That was 3 months ago?
You started shit with me by insulting me and my girlfriend out of nowhere, so naturally
for having a monogamous relationship, that's the crazy part.
Return, and showcasing the reasons why I don't respect you. But unfortunately, I failed to calculate just how much of a sensitive fucking loser you are, because this hurt your feelings to such a high degree it's become like an Armageddon in your brain. 3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at SNEAKO stream, right? Welcome cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right?
Let's be real. Y'all get threats from SNEAKO. Y'all taking this man serious. No offense. But are y'all? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic with ourselves.
Come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips.
It's like this whole SNEAKO stuff. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It went from me like, maybe SNEAKO's going through a phase, to it's like, okay, I don't agree with SNEAKO, but I'm gonna let him rock. I mean, some of the things he say, I can respect. And I'm like, okay, I see why your perspective is the way that it is. And some things, very few things, it seems like we got a common ground on a few things. But it's like most things, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to let him, we disagree, but I'm going to agree to disagree. I'm not going to push the issue. But it's like SNEAKO is like getting, the further and further and further he gets down this red pill rabbit hole, I feel like a lot of these red pill people, they call everybody else a bot, but they spew a lot of rhetoric, a lot of them necessarily don't even agree with themselves. So who's the real bot?
You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips.
And then it's like how I know that a lot of them don't really believe what they believe too. If you say a contrary view to theirs, they don't debate the view. A lot of times it's just they're arguing back. You're a bot. You're a bot. NPC. Whatever. So it's like, do they really have a ground to stand on for a lot of things they say themselves?
You were?
Now the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile. You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips.
This became a meme, and then for some reason, I seen some people try to twist it to, oh, they're both being fake thugs. But I'm like, does owning a gun really make someone a thug? That's wild to that's just wild to
Absolute
say.
fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips. You look fucking stupid here. Anyway, sorry for the gun anatomy lesson. He was very upset, so he was threatening to come shoot me, beat me up, all of that, because I hurt his feelings, and it's been festering for quite some time now. 3 fucking months. You love to bitch about how everyone's canceling you.
And that's another thing I've been seeing people say is like, oh, well, not people. That's another thing I've been seeing him say. The internet is trying to cancel me. The Matrix is out to get me. No, bro. You're just the butt of the joke right now. Because no one's canceling you for your views. I mean, and not even that. I wouldn't even say YouTube tried to cancel you. It's like you kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And YouTube finally was like, all right, we got to pack them up. Because it's like he was trying to get, it's like every video, it's like every stream or whatever, it's like he's trying to push to that point to where YouTube terminates him. So like when he did finally get terminated, I wasn't surprised. But no one is canceling you. You're just the butt of everybody's joke.
NPC bots are all canceling you. It's all you do. You treat the teenagers in your Discord like they're your goddamn therapist. Just going in there to complain about the invisible boogeyman canceling you again, shaking your fist at the clouds. I also love that you treat this Discord server like it's your PR team, so you have them work on your responses on Twitter because you're not witty enough to come up with anything on your own. You have no ability to banter. You can't insult anyone. Anytime you're pushed, all you fall back on is one of 3 things: soy boy, bot, or NPC, and that's it. You never deviate from this path. Which is ironic, because you're like literally a sheep. You have 3 programmed responses. You're like the absolute
That's
worst
what I was just saying
side
earlier.
character in an MMO.
And that's
It's
why
pathetic.
I don't believe SNEAKO believes a lot of the things that he pushed, because it's like, shouldn't you, if you believe everything that is being said, that you're saying, my bad, y'all. But if you believe everything that you're saying, shouldn't shouldn't you be like arguing your points instead of always?
But I'm getting sidetracked. You love to be super public about how much you hate antidepressants and you shit on anyone who takes antidepressants, but with the way you talk in your Discord server, I'm pretty convinced that you're only 2 or 3 messages away from asking your community to source antidepressants for you under the table to help with all this mental anguish you're going through. And I think that'd honestly be a good idea. It might help you. But I'm putting the cart before the horse here. How did we get to this point? Well, I made that video about SNEAKO, and I fully planned on that being the only time I ever talked about this asshole. I really did. All I wanted to do was highlight why I personally don't respect him. I know a lot of people criticize me for not tackling his points, and to that I say, bah humbug, this fucking goober didn't make any points. All he did was insult me and my girlfriend. He insulted me and my girlfriend because I made fun of one of his friend's blatantly fake stories. He resorted to childish name-calling like, I'm ugly, and I don't go outside. That's not making any points. Like, what am I supposed to debunk there? No, actually, my mom thinks I'm handsome, and so does my girlfriend, so you're wrong, factually wrong. There's nothing to debunk. The whole point of the video was highlighting why I don't respect him. I'll go ahead and briefly give you a previously on Dragon Ball Z lore recap to bring you up to speed on the points I was making for why I think he is a pathetic piece of shit, and his opinion holds no value in my eyes. Is because he publicly defends Cuties as one of his favorite movies. Cuties was a Netflix film that used real child actresses in sexual situations.
Yeah,
So
that
they
was like a
sexualized
weird
real
thing.
children. A fact that SNEAKO himself acknowledges, but writes off as being okay because it's realistic, because in the real world children get sexualized. I'll say it again, regardless of what the intention of the film was, they missed the mark because what ended up happening is they sexualized.
You know what I find odd about that too? SNEAKO agreeing with the Cuties thing. It's like those some of his other talking points kind of goes against that narrative of him agreeing, because it's like the Matrix is pushing all these things in front of children, and now for him to agree with this documentary because, well, this show or whatever it was, because it's realistic, I find that very hypocritical.
Child actresses. That is a problem. full stop. Even if the message was supposed to be the opposite, they still ended up contributing to the very problem they were speaking out against.
I saw Cuties last night, and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover, and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Imagine claiming children in sexual positions is clickbait. Yikes. That's rough. You admit that the children were sexualized. That is bad. Okay? That means the movie failed in its mission. I don't know what you don't get about that. But regardless, I'm not here to just keep hammering home the same points. Another thing that I talked about for a reason I don't respect him is because he battles with his own sexuality. He is very public about how he used to go to these swinger parties. I think he says 4 in total over the course of like 2 weeks, where he watched his girlfriend get fucked by other men.
Even that, like, at the time of that happening, the internet was kind of on him, but there was also people like me. I would say, I was like, yeah, SNEAKO's a little wild for this, but he's going through a phase. Even I tried my hardest to defend that. Like, SNEAKO's just going through a phase right now. I don't know what's going on, but he's just going through a phase. But he kind of lost me when he started saying things like, every guy should go through this to see if their love is really strong. You start losing me when you say stuff like, that's something that every guy should do. Because even yourself, when you were talking about it, it's like you was disgusted by it. So, nah.
Telling the story of how he was literally in the bed watching his girl get fucked by a different man, moaning intensely, and it was traumatizing. Yet he recommends that everyone should try it at some point for some reason.
Because this was imagine seeing a
remember
girl
this
you love
part.
like
Get fucked.
get fucked.
You love her?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my
Queen.
wifey, my queen.
And
answer,
you
good answer.
allowed the love of your life to
Queen
get
to get-
fucked by another man.
What happened to the other agreement?
Is there,
Why
is there,
that one didn't last?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out.
See, it's like why you say this is something every guy should experience, but you yourself, like, I don't get like why guys would be like they want it's that's something they want to see, but I'm like, no.
Traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. I know. You know what?
So my point with this was, why is this the guy that's lecturing everyone on their relationships,
Exactly.
shitting on people's relationships?
He should be the last
when
one
he
giving
himself is in
relationship
one
advice.
That makes him very upset, and he can't come to terms with it. Now, if he's open about being a cuck and happy and proud to be a cuck, that's fine. But he's not. It makes him mad every single time. So why the fuck is this insecure guy the one that's the moral authority on healthy relationships all of a sudden? That was the point of me bringing up that clip. Now, that was basically the whole video. I summed it up real quick. All I pointed out is I don't respect his opinion because he defends a movie I consider to be child porn. I think any film or any production that has real children being sexualized should be classified as child porn. That's how I view it. Maybe your definition's different, but that's how I personally view that kind of content. So him defending that was beyond reprehensible to me. And him being very public with his cuckoldry and how scarring it has been, it should be a lesson and an example that he himself is not great when it comes to relationships and all these things. And I posted that and it made him extremely upset and he hasn't stopped fucking crying about it for 3 months. So, fast forward to 2 days ago. I was streaming a Moist Esports tournament and I went up to go to the bathroom. I had to take a shit. It was a double flusher. So I was on the toilet for quite some time and I saw a SNEAKO post that he's posted quite a few times now and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing anything else right now on the porcelain throne. I'll play in the pig pen. So I did. For 3 months now, SNEAKO's had this adorable little collage that he made that looks like it's straight out of a 16-year-old girl's diary with pictures of boys from her class that she doesn't like. All about people that have hurt his feelings. This is his wall of shame for people that have insulted him online. What's even sadder about it is he purposely leaves out people that he's afraid of. So Turkey Tom, for example, made a whole video talking about SNEAKO and how pathetic he is. And SNEAKO tried to talk a big game to him, even challenged him to a debate, which Turkey Tom accepted with jubilation. He was ecstatic. And then SNEAKO kept ducking him, ghosting him.
See, that's what I'm
So
saying.
he leaves-
Like, I want to see SNEAKO. I really want to. That's something I really want to see. I want to see SNEAKO debate someone in there, but the debate has to be structured. Like, you get your points, I get my points off. Like, we both get our points off. I feel like I want to see what, because a lot of things, it's like SNEAKO in his videos, no one's there to really challenge what you're saying. So therefore, like, someone who can articulate what they believe versus you, well, not someone, no offense, but no offense, please, to XQC, no. I want, not someone like that. I want to see SNEAKO as someone who can articulate their points of why they dislike him and or dislike his takes. Challenge him to where it's like questions he can't avoid, basically. I feel like that would make for good entertainment.
Turkey Tom off of this list because he's afraid to actually talk to him. And he also leaves off quite a few other people, but the most notable other one that is comical for the absence is Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is an internet content creator that SNEAKO lied about for a long time, and they had a lot of beef, and Brandon Buckingham actually challenged him to a fight. And SNEAKO is very fearful of him. We'll get into that more in depth in a moment, but I just need to set the stage a little bit here with this collage. So after seeing this for the 100th time in the last 3 months, I finally just said, holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get fucked by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending child porn. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck. And this puppy really blew up on Twitter in a big way.
Every time you look, I
will
see
say it
SNEAKO
again.
getting ratioed.
What I
by
did
somebody.
and what I am doing right now is not canceling you, SNEAKO. I am insulting you. I am making fun of you. Something that you were supposed to be a huge proponent of, right? Wasn't like one of your big things like bullying needs to be brought back. So now that I'm making fun of you, what, all of a sudden now it's off limits, now it's canceling? You have become the SJWs that you criticize so much. I don't know how you don't realize that. We continue. He says, you know in your soul you would never say that to my face. To which I respond, you literally have a collage of people that hurt your feelings on the internet. You haven't stopped whining about me for months now, you goofy NPC. Even if you beat my ass in a fight, it doesn't change the truth. You're still a cuck who also defends child porn. I think this is important to talk about, and I just talked about it recently. When you are getting your feelings hurt and your immediate response isn't to fire back with insults, jokes, whatever, it's to challenge someone to a fight, you've taken a huge L. You've shown that the person has got under your skin, and
That's
the
true.
only thing you can resort to is a caveman brain of, I'll beat you in a fight. SNEAKO, you beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you. It doesn't do anything. Everything I've said still stands. Nothing changes. It doesn't even salvage your ego. All it is a pathetic fucking attempt at attention. And I don't think you believe half the things you talk about. I really think SNEAKO just panders as much as possible. He himself doesn't even stand by the things he talks about. I really don't think he has any beliefs of his own. He just echoes what he thinks is going to get him the biggest audience / the most money. That's what
the biggest audience and the most attention. It's like SNEAKO is one of those, I think I said this before. SNEAKO is one of those devil's advocate, or it's another term that people use. He's that one person who goes against the grain, a contrarian. SNEAKO is a contrarian just to be a contrarian. A lot of times, it's like, I don't know, and like those people, I really hate having conversations with, because it's like, so you have no base
out his chest
of your point
to a fight
yourself.
Is clearly
you just
attention.
want to be different.
That's what it feels like, because you don't have the same energy for Brandon Buckingham. Brandon Buckingham is more than willing to fight you any day of the week, but with him, you don't want to do that. For some reason. Why? Do you not stand by your beliefs when it comes to Brandon Buckingham? He has said all the same things about you that I am saying about you. So why is he exempt? Why don't you want to fight him? That's so weird. This is what you said about Brandon Buckingham and fighting him.
And then finally, when Brandon Buckingham is down to meet SNEAKO, he's there to box him. They're both similar sizes. SNEAKO would now rather just sit at home and tell jokes behind his computer.
I'd rather sit at home and yell at a camera, tell jokes than, risk my manhood falling flat for Brandon Buckingham, you know, if I lose the fight.
So now it's suddenly cool to just stay at home and keep it all online.
The full video here from Willie Mack is an absolute masterpiece on laying out every pathetic thing that SNEAKO has ever done, said, or everything ever. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's a banger. So, as you can see, the people he's confident in fighting are ones that he feels confident he'd win against. I'm 5'6". I think he's 6'1". So the height advantage he feels very confident with. And he has every reason to. He would probably beat me in a fight. But like I said, that doesn't change anything. Everything I've said is still true. You are a cuck, self-admitted, and you have defended cuties publicly, which, by more than just me, by many, is considered child porn. You're pathetic. Beating me in a fight doesn't change any of those
I'm about
facts.
to say.
I've also been super vocal
What does
about
him
how
winning
I
a fight
don't
gain?
want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I don't want to get hit in the head, right? Like, I'm afraid of taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so I'm averse to going into a boxing match, especially one that's just a clout-driven spectacle like this. That'd be completely fucking worthless. And I've been super open about that, which I'm sure you know since you keep saying that you've watched my content, so you probably know that I was never going to accept a fight in the first place. Especially since you're, like, significantly taller than me, right? Like, it wouldn't make any sense. And even though you would probably beat me in a fight, you're certainly not beating me in, like, an aesthetic physique competition, because goddamn, I blow your ass out of the water. Look at this fucking anime character physique I'm rocking. Meanwhile, you're over here with that Abercrombie and Fitch from 1998. Now, in SNEAKO's credit, he did start going to the gym recently. Maybe I inspired him, and you know what? That's great. I'm glad I could have a positive impact on your life like that, SNEAKO. Getting into the gym is a fantastic thing, and you're going to feel so much better. And I know you'll start seeing results soon as long as you keep at it. And then finally, our last exchange goes very similarly to the others. You're not special from the other 10 soy boys who say the same thing. If you got a problem, stop talking on the internet. Let's solve it. So I said, got your Discord still working on responses? Brother, I have no problem. You started it and I made fun of you in return. You're upset about publicly admitting to cuckoldry and get mad at me for bringing it up. You should be mad at yourself instead. Have some self-reflection. Which it's true. I don't have a problem. You literally started it, SNEAKO, and you even asked your audience to let me know everything you said and send me your clips. You actually asked for a response, and then got super upset when my response was a little too mean to your feelings. How is that not the ultimate cuckoldry? Like, even more so than your girl getting clapped by 1,000 men. How? Like, how can you, with a straight face, still call other people soy boys? I'm not kidding, I really didn't want to keep talking about you, but you won't stop talking and crying about me. It's sad. I understand you have a humiliation fetish, so hopefully this whole thing has helped you orgasm one more time from all of it. I don't think it's fun dunking on you, SNEAKO. I don't. And I'm certainly not canceling you. But you keep doing this. So you forced my hand to make fun of you again. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Hey, man. Wow.